And as your leader, I must decree that the fault indeed lies with Nolan.
Well, since we're being honest, Dorothy, I have a question for you. You're supposed to be my best friend. Best friends are supposed to be able to confide.
You see my teddy bear, Fernando? He's missing. I've had him since I was 6 years old. I have to find him. I just have to.
Calm down now, honey. He's just a toy.
Fernando is not just a toy. He's a family heirloom. I've had him as long as I can remember. I don't know what I'd do without him.
Rose, now don't panic. Look, we'll find...
Opened up to me this way and poured out such crap.
Didn't buy any of it, huh?
Not true. I believe you're scared. You know, you've just discovered something most of us have known for years. That life doesn't always turn out exactly the way you like.
We can start the press conference now. Where is Rose?
She left to pick up her cadet troop.
That's adorable. She wants to share this moment with friends her own age. You must be very proud of your daughter.
My daughter?
Friends our own age. Well, I went to Graders with you.
Sure you did. I'll never forget it. I mean, you had your hair in braids, you wore a pink bathrobe.
Pink? With a little lace trim?
Yes.
And matching slippers?
Yes.
Ham! That wasn't me. That was my sister, Virginia.
You can't... That was Virginia. How could I forget that?
In New York, you think he has time to write letters home?
Hi, Grandma.
Don't hi me. You can't pick up a phone and call your own grandmother?
You look terrific, Grandma.
I know. So give me a kiss already.
Honey, I want you to meet my dear friend Blanche. Blanche, this is my son, Michael.
I would get up, but I've thrown my back totally out of whack. Now, girls, listen. Listen. Remember, the way to make a deal is we state our price, stick to our guns, and undo another button on our blouses.
Blanche,
Maybe you'd better talk to her doctor about this.
You're right, Blanche. I guess I've just been hoping that things would improve by themselves. You know, I never thought Ma would lose her memory. Of course, I never thought Alan Alda would get on my nerves. Ma, can we talk for a minute? I'll bet you were surprised when Rose called you up out of thin air and invited you out.
Yes, I was. I don't date very much. I mean, I try. I took a lot of good-natured ribbing before I left the boarding house this evening.
Hi, I'm ready.
Rose, this is I.
Not that particular. He just got out of prison.
It was absolutely dreadful. I spent the rest of the evening going in and out of consciousness while a guy with a silver tooth and a scorpion tattoo on his arm tried to grope me through the Vicks Vapor Rub.
You think they had a name for the Black Plague when one guy had it? Thousands had to die before they knew what it was. Dorothy could be dying and they just don't know it.
Deserve to know why?
Okay, you want to know so bad? I'll tell you right now. Picture it. New York City, Christmas, 1955. It's Francesca Raguso's annual Christmas bash. Everybody is there, eating, drinking, guzzling the
Talks. And then I remembered she left, thanks to you, Dorothy.
You had late night talks with my mother?
All the time.
And she gave you hard candy?
No. I'd ask, but she was always afraid I'd choke on it.
Just gotta get her. Happens to be sensitive to his mother's needs.
Ma, Blanche is right. Jerry's aware his mother is getting on in years. He's concerned about her happiness, and he's chosen to live at home with her because he can't go to the bathroom anyplace else.
I just don't believe these stories you tell, Rose.
The other tragic aspect was the IRS was waiting at the cemetery to arrest Gustav's partner, Bergstrom. So Bergstrom killed himself right then and there by grabbing the gun from Sheriff Tokvist and shooting himself.
Gotta tell you, that does make me feel better. What else have you got in there?
Oh.
Wait, what am I doing? I can't play nursey. I'm supposed to have whiplash.
Honey, if we can't be together pretty soon, I'm gonna have to go with somebody else, you know, because I haven't been with a man since my husband died 9 years ago, and I'm just about ready to explode.
Is there a problem?
You're supposed to take off your socks before you step on the grapes. Taste this.
Oh, dear. Ladies, I'm terribly sorry. I'll get you a new bottle.
No, it lingers on the palate.
Well, we're just really proud of you, Rose.
And I'm sure, Rose, that there is nobody who deserves that award more than you do.
This is the captain speaking. We are about to begin our descent to St. Gustav Airport. At least I think it's the airport.
Stephanie? Hi, Rose. Oh, yes, I didn't know you were home.
My flight got canceled.
Do you realize this is the first time the three of us have been together in 2 weeks? Hey, I have a great idea. Why don't I whip us roomies up a great big fancy dinner?
Oh, sorry, Rose. I've already got plans.
So do I. See you later.
Look, Rose,
Her intentions are good, but this doesn't seem to be her calling. Oh, but this means so much to her. Oh, this would break her heart. I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to ask her to leave. Mother Superior, with your permission, may I be the one to tell her? I mean, we've been through so much together, I'm sure that any bit of bad news would be easy.
Well, in that case, go get him, Tiger.
You know, Ma, I've been thinking. Since I got a raise in salary, you should get one in your allowance, too.
And you ask why I love this woman? Somebody deserves a hug for that. But before...
Now, isn't somebody going to say something? Ma? Angela? Fine, I'll wait.
You know what I think?
That reindeer really know how to fly?
Look, Ma, we're not getting anywhere. Blanche wants James and Thomas. I'll try to save them. You go over there with frickin' frack and try to ditch them.
You want me to offend them?
Pretend they're family.
To you, but we happen to love her, so we want to know how she is regardless. So from now on, I want to be informed every hour on the hour. Do you understand me?
I'm sorry, sir. I'll see that you're kept informed.
You were magnificent.
I have my moments. Well, what do you want?
You shouldn't take him back. It's not just my opinion. We took a vote.
Here, and I think he's interested.
Oh, not another one. What am I going to do?
Oh, Blanche, didn't you think this thing through? I mean, didn't you think these men would want to buy the car?
No, I assumed once they saw me, they'd forget all about the car. Well, I got to do something to get their minds off that car. I know what, I'll offer them some...
I have an elderly mother myself. Oh, one more thing.
Yes.
Don't take anything.
Dorothy, look. My old wallpaper. Oh, God, it feels the same. And that big old window I used to look out of.
Look, I'm sorry, Uncle Angelo. We had a fight.
I know, and I want to go to bed, so you two kids, please, make up.
Fine, fine. We're made up.
Thank you. Good night, the sweet dreams.
Rose, I have a little surprise.
What do you want?
Among other things, your apology.
Well, unless I missed a news flash, hell did not freeze over today. Anything else?
Yes, Big Daddy's pocket watch.
That watch is a family heirloom. As far as I'm concerned, you're no longer family.
I believe you said it was in your room. Which room is...
It's very attractive.
Really? You want to fool around?
Oh, yeah, more than anything.
What is that, sarcasm? I'm leaving.
Oh. Oh, a foot doctor. Why don't we all sit down? Not there, not there.
Oh, well, a podiatrist. Well, that's a very fascinating profession. Tell me, Dennis, approximately how many feet do you see in a week?
And now, if you'll excuse me, there's an electric weed whacker at St. Dominic's with my name on it.
Now, Rose, listen, when we go out there for dinner, you be sure and sit on the far side of the table, and I'll sit next to you.
Why?
Just in case somebody wants to play a little footsie.
Gee, that sounds like fun. I haven't played. They work like a charm. Except every once in a while, there'd be a cow with a particularly low udder, and it would brush across my forehead and wake me up.
Oh, I just don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm just torn and confused. Guess I'll have to think about it all tomorrow. After all, tomorrow is another day.
Dorothy, what are you talking about?
Come on, Acapulco, the El Presidente. You're planning something big.
Well, yeah. I met this great-looking stewardess on the flight out here, and I asked her to go to Acapulco, and she could only go if I found a sitter for her 2 kids. Hey, I'd really appreciate it.
They told us to get out of the way when they took the winner's picture with Anita Bryant.
Oh, for those old judges, no, I'd love to hear your song.
Oh, forget it, Blanche.
Please.
Oh, no, the whole experience was too painful.
Please.
We just want to put it out of our minds.
Please.
Hit it, Rose.
Yeah.
James, I'm here about the car.
Miles? No, honey, it's James. You stay right there and I'll get the keys.
How much mileage has she got on her?
I feel like I've known him all my life. I talked to him about Charlie. I talked to him about St. Olaf. I talked to him about my family. I talked to him about my animal friends. I talked to him about life on the farm.
If that man didn't get a medal in the war, he sure as hell deserves one now.
Wait a minute. Did she just...
Doc says you got to take a little ride out to the sun deck.
Great. Who wants to drive?
I'll do it. It's nice not to be a passenger in one of these things for a change.
I want you to tell me the whole story all over again from the beginning.
From the beginning.
Yeah, from the time that you left when you were walking across.
Dorothy, want to...
I felt that way when my wife died.
You did?
Absolutely. Of course, I didn't let that stop me.
You mean you just make love and feel lousy?
Well, I'd feel lousy about it, but otherwise I'd feel terrific.
You could die before you get the bottle open.
What's the matter, honey? Aren't you feeling well?
Oh, just a little achy, that's all.
Achy? What kind of achy? Head achy? Stomach achy? Back achy? What achy?
Dorothy, relax. It's probably just a little cold. She'll be all right.
Yes, but I won't. I hear a story about somebody catching a cold and I
was arrested. The feds try to pin everything on me.
You mean, did they... Have you been to prison?
Oh, no. I couldn't let that happen. Can you imagine what my life would have been like if the other inmates found out how much I love to dance? No,
When can we see her, Doctor?
Are you related to the patient?
No, they're not.
Well, I'm sorry. Only relatives can see the patient. This is a very serious operation, but we are going to do the best that we can.
Can I see my mother first?
Of course.
I will go down in history. First I wrote all day, then I tore it all up, and then that night it came to me, and the words poured forth like liquid from a stream. It was almost a mystical experience. Somebody else was writing this. Who? Everman. This is
Who's the dumb one now?
Oh, you're still the reigning champ, Rose. That was David Frost. Robert Frost was a famous American poet.
And when I was with him, he was always nipping at my nose. Thanks. Let's roll.
Oh, you are a vengeful God.
Oh, girls, thank God you're here. I'm sorry I scared you. The doctor just wants me to stay here overnight for observation.
Honey, don't be sorry. We're just so happy you're feeling better.
You're only saying that because you're my friend, Rose. Sophia, tell me the truth. Am I a bad mother?
You did what you had to do.
Well, then why do I feel so terrible?
Because it is not easy being a mother. If it were easy, fathers would do it.
Why can't kids understand that we're just trying to do what's best for them? Out on the lanai?
Oh, now that you mention it, Blanche, no, there isn't.
Rose, you remember our signal when I want you to leave?
You wouldn't hit me in front of company. Come on, Arnie. I want...
Anna, they're worried about you back at the home. I'm afraid you're gonna have to come with me.
Attention! Express to Cedar Grove, River Junction, Northern Falls, now boarding.
For crying out loud, Jacob, there's 3 people here. You could have just pointed to the door.
Buddy's going back to Boston on Saturday.
This dress looks sensational on me. People expect to see me in a sensational dress.
Well, what do they expect to see me in? A yarmulke and a hefty bag?
He wants me to go with him, to live with him. Ooh. Why? Balance.
Rose, why don't they just carry 13 in each hand?
Excuse me, I have to make a phone call.
And off they went. On their way, Henny Penny and Goosey Lucy came upon Turkey Lurkey. Yes, poor lonely Turkey Lurkey. Poor, dateless, hopeless, self-basting.
I finally came back, having invented Hernsberg's press-on warts.
Who bought those?
Hags, mostly. Don't you see, he was successful and he wanted Gunilla back.
Well, what happened to her, Rose?
Little Richard was in Bermuda?
Yes, Rose. He was burying Fats Domino in the... Go ahead, Blanche.
Richard's always talking about how much his children mean to him.
Sophia, you can't do this. Dorothy said you...
Forget about what Dorothy said. What do you want me to do? Kick them out? There's not a room in town. These people come from a small town in Iowa, much like St. Olaf.
Really?
I don't lie about stuff like this, Rose.
Rose.
Huh?
Rose, I'd like to have a few words with you alone. I'm sure Buzz won't mind.
I'll wait out on the lanai. Pumpkin.
So?
Today.
Plumber.
Could I see some identification?
So, you two are the proud parents of the new Dolan Standard Low boy, huh?
Yes, we're sending out engraved announcements.
It's okay, I didn't want my salad anyway.
I'm sorry.
Sucre?
Oh, no, thank you. I'm still sucking out of Smith Brothers.
Well, good evening.
Custody of his baby.
Oh, my God.
What are you gonna do?
I'm not sure. Oh, I've always dreamed of the chance to be a mother again, but it's a big responsibility.
Oh, it sure is. I'm not sure I could even raise another baby at my age, and I'm far younger than you. And prettier. And we're together, and I'm never gonna let you go.
Tell me she's being dramatic.
When I thought I would never see you again, I began to realize just how much you meant to me, and how much I've taken you for granted, and how many things I never had a chance to say to you. What I'm trying to say.
Just because a hospital vending machine screws up a lousy cup of coffee doesn't mean that the hospital did anything wrong. Oh, sure, a mistake like getting two babies mixed up makes the headlines. But the point is, statistics back me up. Hospitals are remarkably efficient institutions. I mean, seriously.
Caller in the middle of the afternoon.
Oh, he's not a gentleman caller. He's a veterinarian. He was here to see Baby.
Oh, how is Baby, Doc?
I read in Newsweek they ran him out of Haiti.
How is Baby?
Not very well, I'm afraid. I don't think he has much time left.
Side goes, we just take things slow. And if it turns out that we can't be anything more than just good friends, well, that's good enough for me.
I'm a lucky man to have found someone like you.
I feel the same way. If you ask me, people rely too much.
Oh my God, Rose! Rose! Rose, help!
Oh,
help!
Wait,
Rose!
don't get over there. No, come over here. Stand back, brother.
What was it?
Brother, just calm. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Oh, she's putting it out. There we go.
Survived a slight stroke, which left her, if I can be frank, a complete burden.
Why don't we all go out to the kitchen and get something to drink?
That sounds good. Say, have you ladies known Blanche for a long time?
Oh, yes. You're in luck. She just loves policemen.
Because there was so much pain, I didn't think it would ever go away. But it did. And it will again. You get through it. You go on. When it comes right down to it, what other choice do we have? It could have been a lot worse. I could have missed these last 3 years. Dorothy, are you all...
That means about another 48 hours.
Well, since we're gonna die anyway, I might as well be honest too, Rose. I slept with your cross-eyed cousin Nolan when he visited us from Ohio. And he was lousy in bed.
Girls, you are my very best friends in the entire world, and I trust and respect you more than any people I know, so I want you to tell me the truth. Now, honestly, do you think I'm competent at what I do?
Based on the sounds from your bedroom, I'd bet you're damn near spectacular.
Go.
What is it? I heard screams. What's happening?
No, nothing. Everything's fine, Blanche.
We never should have watched Psycho. For 25 years, I have avoided that picture. Even when Stan invited me to the Roxy instead of over to his mother's house for dinner. And it
Excuse me, more guests.
Don't tarry.
I love the way you British talk.
Well, hurry back and I'll say more words.
Oh. Dreyfus. I guess I did invite every male in town.
Won't be able to drink champagne for weeks.
Well, at least let us pay for your meal.
If you insist.
Thank you.
Nah, he was a workaholic. I had the marriage annulled, and 2 days after it was official, I left for America.
Ma, why couldn't you tell me this?
Dorothy, I went against centuries of tradition. You don't leave an arranged marriage. I disgraced my family's entire way of life.
I think I'm finally beginning to see.
Good.
To him, that feeling was the feeling of living in America. In America, you always felt like you were among friends.
Mario, that's just beautiful.
You should hear it when I read it. Hi, Rose.
Oh, hi, Mario. How about a nice snack?
Sure, I'm starving.
He's a leper. I'm the only one who'll touch him.
Good morning, share their lives and live in harmony. Of course, they can't mate or the mice would explode.
You want me to drive tonight, Dorothy?
Oh, Rose, listen. I'm not going to the meeting tonight.
Well, how come?
I'm not comfortable there. I'm not.
I can't wear this. Do you have any idea the kind of teasing that goes on in a locker room?
Yes. Now, look, you have to discover the sensuality of baseball. There are just many, many, many similarities between baseball and making love. The mental preparation. Meet my friends. This is Sophia and Dorothy and Rose.
Nice to meet you, Lucy.
Let me get a look at you, girl. Terrific little figure, gorgeous hair, perfect skin, just like looking in a mirror.
Get some Windex. How was your trip?
Oh, it was one.
Okay, the Earth did move. Big quake in California. Yeah, we'll speak soon. I look forward to that myself. Yeah. Bye-bye.
Cognac I caught. You remember. I ran 6 miles in the rain and the cold to bring you the cannoli you forgot to put in your lunchbox.
Ma, please.
Don't worry. I'll be all right. You all go schmooze with Bert and his Hollywood buddies. I'll just stay here and hack myself unconscious.
Well, that's being a good sport.
Me crazy.
Oh, I know. Me too.
What do you say we go away, just the two of us for a few days?
I say yes.
How about we go to the Bahamas?
All right. I got a text.
What, the grocery store did it?
That's not a secret. I just forgot to mention it.
I think she means more like the time she told me that she went skinny dipping with your cousin Lars before he gave out the pulpit back in St. Gustav.
Will the clown approach the bench?
Dorothy, I can do this.
Can you do it without the nose?
Yes. What the hell are you trying to do?
Your Honor, I know this looks a little odd, but I am a registered member of the bar.
I have a card here to prove it.
Hey, a man wants to take you out on a date.
Why is that hypothetical?
Check your calendar, pussycat. Now, would you rather this man had looks, personality, or money?
Personality. Looks? Money?
Gotta go.
Wait a minute. Where are you going? I thought you were staying till the end of the week.
Well, I just got a call for a gig in New Orleans, and this time I don't have to wear a tie.
Good luck to you, sweetheart. And you call me when you get there.
I will.
That's how I'd feel.
I remember the first time anybody ever called me a widow. I was terribly lonely and depressed. Just missing George something awful. Finally, my best friend, Rebecca Sue Bliss, persuaded me to join her for a night out. Well, we no sooner stepped through the door into the Boots and Saddle Grill than these two big, brawny truckers came over and all...
Ma, it's getting late. Do you have to stay and visit with every one of them?
Excuse me for trying to get more involved in their lives.
Well, that's fine, Ma, but did we really have to worm Mrs. Jenkins' dog?
I always just leave this one outside the door.
Really?
It's been that way since I took over.
His nose is dissolved, but it's definitely Fred Flintstone.
They're my vitamins.
Rose, I'm sorry I didn't trust you.
Oh, don't apologize.
But I misjudged you, Rose.
No, you didn't. Here are my pills. I took one last night.
But, Rose, you got...
It's 5,000, Rose. Decimal points don't have 6 legs.
More than 10% of it thanks to Dorothy here.
Who's keeping score? What's important is that we made a lot of money. I mean, together we made a They were fighting over me.
Bob.
Bob. Sen, Stan, are we talking life and death?
The doctors say I'm lucky to be talking at all.
Hi, everybody.
Oh, Rose, honey, do you think you could take my place with Rob?
Bob.
Bob.
I wish I could.
Enjoy being with my favorite niece. No.
Okay, how about this one? What was the name of the informant who Crockett and Tubbs accidentally set up in the Cool Running episode? There's no way.
That was Noogie, better known on the street as the Noog Man.
Rose, you're home early.
Yeah. I called Charlie's company today, and it turns out they have a legal right to cut off the pension. Well, I don't make enough at the counseling center to live without that pension, so I figured I'd better get a new job.
I'm helping her. Look, we're going through the classifieds and cutting out ads that might be of some interest to her.
Single white man.
Blanche, I took her to the airport so she could catch a plane to be with this guy Miles. He must really be something.
So is Rose.
So, either of you ladies care to dance?
Doug, you left here with another woman. You were going to take her to your place. Now you come back here and ask us if we... Ma Blanche had her dream.
Are you all right?
I think so. You know, usually I feel so empty when I realize George isn't here, but this time it's different.
How?
Well, I don't know. The dream was different. Oh, wait.
Nobody believes me. Everybody thinks I'm crazy. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm really crazy.
Oh, Dorothy, you are not crazy. I mean, you are absolutely not crazy. I've seen the way you walk. I've seen how wiped out you get. You're not crazy, honey. You're...
Yeah, but this isn't exactly fair. I can't move.
I know. It'll be like teaching fish in a barrel. Shall I begin?
Do I have a choice?
Well, you could push the call button, but I'll be done with the book by the time the nurse gets here. So, now you find one little flaw in somebody and you run away.
A little flaw? He has skinny arms. How'd you like to be made love to by somebody who has arms like your mother?
My father made love to her because of her inner beauty.
He never saw me naked.
This neurotic woman who made me and Virginia miserable our entire lives. I gotta go pack.
Oh, you hate to give him back.
Goodbye, Danny. Goodbye, pussycat. Goodbye, little fella. Bye.
What are you carrying on? It's like talking to a salami.
I feel bad for Blanche. She's done nothing but mope around this house since she and Jake broke up.
Oh, don't expect me to feel sorry for her. I mean, it's not very often that somebody as special as Jake comes along and she throws him away.
What's everybody doing up?
Well, we were just talking about how dumb you were to give up Jake.
Oh, I bought those big illustrated storybooks all the time.
And I bet your kids loved them.
Nah, they had their own books.
Ma, you've been in there for 20 minutes. Now, what are you doing?
Start over.
Yeah, right. You're starting over because you've lost all of your...
Constraint, my ties. I feel like now I can begin to live again. I can do anything. I can even do what is it you do again, Dorothy?
I'm a substitute teacher.
Oh, no, I'd be a real teacher.
I don't even like loin of pork.
All right, then I'm not going in on this nightstick.
This is a pepperoni.
It's obnoxious.
Excuse me, you made a mistake. That Windex isn't on sale this week. The regular price is $1.99.
Rose, why don't you just save it for the Price is Right?
While we at the 4th of July picnic, the whole town is here.
To hell with this town. Come away with me.
But you're a drifter, Biff. I can't just pull up stakes and run off with you.
Please reconsider, Josie. You're the prettiest girl in the county. I need to have your answer now. What's it going to be?
I want you to...
Finds out. I'm not afraid. I'm within my rights. There is nothing in my lease that says I can't have a pet.
All right, who or what ate the heel off one of my new red pumps?
I did. It'll be a Hollingsworth in law. Everybody will be related but me.
Now that's what I call family planning.
It's not funny. Did anybody ever stop to think how all this makes me feel?
Oh, all right, Rose, how does it make you feel?
To be honest, a little bit like Mr. Snuffles.
And they live in St. Olaf's?
Yes.
Oh, you must be very proud of them.
I am. So when was it you visited St. Olaf?
Oh, Lord, it must be 50 years ago now. I went to a wedding.
I have a confession to make. It's not easy, but something happened over there, and I think you should know about it.
Well, I did keep pretty well up with what went on over there. I saw Schwarzkopf on the Bob Hope special.
What I'm talking about is personal, Blanche. I know we said we wouldn't even look at anybody else.
Before I start this piece, I just have one question to ask. Do I play the violin?
Oh, no.
I'm afraid I can't remember the piece I'm supposed to play. Look, this happens sometimes after a fight. Can I come back tomorrow?
I'm afraid not. You won't be eligible again until...
Criticizing what Tom Brokaw looks like naked.
He must have sensed it. I thought I saw him looking down your blouse. Hi, Ma. Hi, Tony.
Look, Dorothy, we won the dance contest at the Sons of Italy Bash.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Oh, I had no idea you were such a good dancer.
But secretly, I was hoping for Alabama. Going to Notre Dame would put such a wrench in our relationship with all those priests skulking about the campus. Anyway, one night he told me he'd finally made his decision. He was going to enroll at the little junior college just 5 miles.
Don't trouble yourselves, I'll get it.
How did you know your mother was cheating, Dorothy?
Because Mr. Feinbaum never walks around totally naked. He always wears a Boy Scout neckerchief. But never in the same place twice.
Okay, I got unpacked. I got a valise full of clams about to go bad.
Hi, Dorothy.
Don't talk to me.
Hi, Blanche.
Don't talk to me.
Oh, look, I know you're both still angry with me, and you have every right to be. But I hope you could...
Actually, we're divorced.
Oh, I'm terribly, terribly sorry. Love your shirt.
Nice.
Oh, it's just that was the first time that had ever happened in 18 years of married life.
Get out of here.
You mean to say that every night, without...
Where is this school? Jenny, what happened? He met a thin, blonde goddess.
Uh-huh.
One of those girls who has everything, you know, looks, money, brains, a body, and now my boyfriend.
Oh, honey, I've been in that position more than once. You've been the season.
A moving tribute, the 3 wise men and you in a teddy following the Christmas star. Listen, Rose, if you're not doing anything right now, why don't you come with me to career day at school? And after I finish speaking, we can go out shopping for a gift for Miles.
You're speaking at career day?
Yeah, not that I want to.
Right. Need any help?
Get away from me, you jinx. I mean, no thank you, Rose.
Girls, you'll never guess what happened. Norman threw me over for a fat woman.
Blanche, I'm sorry.
Thank you, Rose, but Dorothy's the one who ought to be sorry. It's all happened to me once. Before my mama sent me off to beauty camp, I was a pencil-thin, flat-chested, 4-eyed nerd.
I don't believe it. You, pencil thin?
St. Olaf has been using mousse ever since I can remember. Of course, it's his own professional secret which part of the mousse he uses. But it'll keep your hair in place in winds up to 130 miles an hour.
I just don't believe you, Rose. Ask.
Hey, Dorothy, I just want to say, you did a nice job.
Thanks, Al.
And Dorothy, I also wanted to say, took guts.
Thanks, Al.
See, Dorothy, I just wanted to ask you.
The first really wonderful guy I've met in a long time, and he turns out to have a more serious involvement.
With whom?
Pam Dauber. The church. Or at least he did until he met me.
You know, you take the religious aspect out of this, and it's really quite romantic. A man giving up everything for the woman he loves, kind of like the...
You better keep an eye on her.
Oh, you're right. You better stick to her like a tight shirt on a sweaty farmhand. You know the type with the big biceps and the hairy chest just glistening in the hot sun? I'm sorry, what were you talking about?
We'll be back home with our families. Oh, there's nothing like Christmas in Minnesota.
Unless it's Christmas in New York. A light snow falling over Fifth Avenue, ice skaters at Rockefeller Center, Santas on every street corner.
Really?
Her husband, the man who perfected the hot dog.
Oscar Mayer. Ma, you're not making any sense.
All right, Dorothy, let me level with you. All my life, I've been the practical one. Your father was the dreamer. So when this opportunity came along, I could...
How did you know my name?
I know all your names. This house has been under surveillance.
Why are you watching our house?
It's a security measure. The president wants to stop at one house on his way to dedicate the Senior Citizen Center.
Why can't he use the Arco station like everyone else?
Are you saying Mr. President George Bush might stop here?
He wants to...
Some stranger's word over mine? I'm not going to stand for this. Not in my own house. I want you out of here.
Blanche, you don't mean that. Dorothy, she doesn't mean
I do so mean it.
I'll be out as soon as I can find a place.
Blanche, you can't just throw Dorothy out on the street.
You just watch me.
My recipes. And eventually I'll catch the eye of some fat general with big sweat stains under his arms. And he'll force me to let out his uniforms and satisfy his ugly needs.
It sounds like Christmas with my ex-husband.
I don't know what nurse thing. I never thought I'd see you again.
Well, Sophia, I'm going to have to keep my word. As soon as you can walk, I'll have to leave.
Yeah, I know, as soon as I can walk. But I don't think that's gonna be for a long...
Never heard of that before, but it's marvelous.
Oh, you just throw together some ground pork and cabbage.
Cabbage she serves me. In 10 minutes, I could be skywriting.
You might be dying. You were the one who was sensitive and vulnerable.
Blanche is right. At the counseling center, I see cases like this all the time. When people lose loved ones, they sometimes do things they'd never normally do. Take Mrs. Pulaski. When her mother died, she divorced her husband, lost 30 pounds, died. Forget your laundry.
Well, Rex...
Look, I guess I do owe you an apology.
Yes, I think you do.
I got a better idea. Tomorrow night, I'm taking you out. I'll call you tomorrow and we'll decide where.
Oh.
We'll have a great time, okay?
Okay.
See it, which is what you usually hear, let us see it. Now they said, well, if you and the ladies can't make it work, we better start looking at it now. And that saves so much time, and that trust and that bond worked really well for us, I think. For
I only got
many years.
one call once from Betty asking for a new line, once. It wasn't even a new line, she goes, it was the mayor.
Leave her alone. I'm sure she feels bad enough.
Thank you, Rose. Oh, honey, do we have any orange juice?
Sure. Would you like me to pour you a glass? Or have Sophia come in and bring you the refrigerator?
Enough.
Pussycat, I moved that safe to the attic like you asked me to.
You hear? I want an all-expenses-paid honeymoon trip to Paris, France.
Oh, my God. Rosen Island?
Yes?
Does this mean that you and Miles...
Yes?
That you and Miles are getting married?
No.
Well, then, what in hell do you want an all-expenses-paid honeymoon for?
crush on the teacher. Ah, I had those. Of course, I had to hide them because they made the principal jealous. Actually, though, once I did have a fling with the calculus teacher.
Oh, and did you get an A?
More like a full scholarship to MIT. I want to give you something personal, something from the heart. The most beautiful thing I own to the most beautiful person I know. Let me see, I guess that would be my emerald earrings. I'm sure as hell not going to give you those. But I do want to give you something.
It's better as a teaching priest at St. Helens instead of a parish priest here. Well, we're going to miss you around here.
Look, I know priests are men and they have urges. What is it, lust? It'll pass. I do without you. Get used to it. Get cable TV.
Actually, we're divorced.
Oh, I'm terribly, terribly sorry. Love your shirt.
Nice. You've got a career. You're attractive. Why do you always have to act like such a jackass?
Maybe I just never learned to be the great person my big sister was.
Oh, Holly.
It's true, Rose. You always had the friends. I didn't. You had boyfriends, girlfriends. You were friends with everyone.
You're not old. You're not ill. You're no slave to fashion. Why are you taking this food?
Well, I'm hungry. And I'm on the list. Now, who do you think you are?
Sergeant Spornak, food police. Now, look, I don't want any trouble. Just hand over that turkey loaf.
No, you can't. I need...
Clell Lightner.
Clell Lightner? I think I used that on my hair once.
Clell was the cutest boy at our high school. He was also the only sophomore old enough to get into a bar.
So, what did you do when you got there?
I sat in my father's truck for hours.
Now, Rose and her daughter have reconciled their differences, and Duncan Osgood can walk the streets a free man. I guess all's well that ends well.
That's easy for you to say. You're not at the bottom of a lake clutching someone's dicky. You can put the luggage right. There would be fine, too.
Girls, this room looks nothing like the pictures in the brochure.
Oh, this room isn't good enough for you? Well, not for $100 a night. None of us is. We won't be better by then.
Fine, can I have your date?
Of course, Ma. You can have my date, my dress, and my dessert at the dinner. Just leave me alone with my thermometer and the one nostril I can breathe out of.
Great news, girls. I found my folk medicine book. It has a cure for everything.
I hope it has a cure for cranky. There's a lot of that.
Stay. Ham Lushbell remains the one man in my entire life I could not conquer. The one. But come Saturday night, I have a feeling my record's gonna be intact again.
I wouldn't be so sure if I were Blanche. Sometimes these things aren't meant to be. Like...
Yes, both Blanche and I are having a lot of fun, aren't we, Blanche?
Well, who wouldn't have fun eating a foot-long Mr. Ha-Ha dog? And drinking a 32-ounce
Cherry burpee. If you drink 3 of them, you get to keep Mr. Ha-Ha's hat.
If you drank 3 of them, you...
Dorothy.
Oh, hi, Ma.
Listen to this. If I were truly free, O fire of my loins, I'd take you to a paradise in the sun where we could lie naked, bronze body against...
With me, she couldn't possibly have put that banana in your tailpipe.
It'll be an honor to serve.
Guess what? I spoke with Harry this morning, and he said we can keep one of the puppies.
No!
I can't believe... Boy, I've got to stop seeing these things at dinner theaters.
How's it going out there?
The stripper used to be a cop, and the cop always wanted to be a dancer. Now they're wearing each other's hats, and it's really getting weird. Ma still won't join us.
She's still upset.
Boy, it's really coming down out there.
I've never been through a...
Oh, now, come on, Blanche, this is ridiculous. You can't stay here all night. You're going to have to eat sometime.
Oh, this is where you don't know me, Dorothy. I can go for days without food if that's what it takes.
Oh, come on, Blanche. You've been known to...
No, just skip it. We're late. This is so stupid.
What's the big deal? I can go change.
No, there's no time. You're the one that's going to be embarrassed, not me. I'll be waiting in the car.
Boy, he makes Wallace Beery look like Adolphe Menjou.
Has been a long time.
Happen to have this baby, I'll run down and get you some ice cream.
When are you going to stop treating me like a child?
Oh, somebody's grumpy.
I want her out of here.
Well, Becky, you don't mean that.
Oh, right, I'm in a real joking mood. Now get out.
Becky!
You're not helping, Mom.
Good night, and thank you for a wonderful evening.
Rose, what is going on? Now, something is wrong.
I don't know what you mean.
Well, it's obvious you're trying to avoid any kind of intimacy. I mean, like that place you dragged me to tonight. Look, don't get me wrong. I enjoyed the evening of lesbian poets.
Sweet, it's the extra dry treat. Won't you try extra dry Rhino beer?
Well, I'm glad to see my mother's illness hasn't upset you all.
Look, Kirsten,
Look, just never mind. How's my mother?
we don't know. They have her in ICU. They're waiting for the surgery. Oh, what did I ever see in that man?
Don't blame yourself. You were young, you were carefree. You were just one of those girls who marries the first guy who knocks her up.
Gee, this is really cool.
Yeah, I see that you've met...
Stanley.
I didn't know how to tell you that I just couldn't be married to you anymore.
How could you say that?
It's Lyle, isn't it?
I'm just confused. I need time to think.
What's there to think about? Sonny has the eyes of a poet, the soul of a poet. Hey, you're through with those...
Yeah! I ate a tuna sandwich on that plate this afternoon.
Stan, I'm never going to forgive you for this. My niece is getting married in the spring. What's her husband going to do?
I bet a gravy boat would work in a pit. Just a little depressed.
Really? You know, I'm depressed, too. What are you depressed about?
Alvin and I had a fight. I'm making a scarf for a friend I don't have anymore.
I know exactly how you feel. I made these for Fernando.
I thought you broke up with that. Oh, girls, I'm devastated, just devastated.
Honey, what happened?
I asked my teacher for help like you all told me to. He said the only way I would get an A on his final is if I sleep with him.
No.
Oh, yes. I just don't know what to do.
Get it and right his friend for one day and he falls for the first little floozy that turns his head.
Blanche, did something happen between you and Sven that we don't know about?
You didn't tell them about kissing me?
Kissing him?
Or stroking my hair?
Stroking his hair?
Or feeding me?
Oh, listen to that music. Who says you can't go home again?
Knut Trollstedt. You see, he took Ilse Frikadeller up to Smooch Point to play hide the fingerboard. That's a thing. We're gonna look our best.
Don't worry, ladies. After Eduardo does a woman's hair, the years melt away. She is transformed into a breathtaking, sensuous, vivacious goddess of beauty. I tried to get all that on a sign, but they charge by the letter. Perhaps we should begin by...
Right here, where we first met.
Ma, Rose, why don't we go into the kitchen?
What, miss all this?
Get up.
Jake, listen. I know what you want to ask me now.
Actually hit a wall. They put up a new Wendy's on Collins Avenue. From what they told me, I picked myself up, staggered over the finish line, and collapsed. People are talking the covers of national magazines. What's that kid still doing here?
Oh, her parents haven't come to get her yet.
She took a leave of absence from her job so that she could take care of him. But she's not going to be able to afford that much longer. The family's discussed sending him to New York. Deb, he has a nephew who's a doctor there and can give him special care. And Ma Sandra says that...
Twyla.
How's he doing?
I'll be honest, right now, Squeaky Frome has a better grasp on reality.
Hi, honey.
Hi, Rose. I can see your house from here.
Really? Where?
Rose!
Look, I'm not going out with him. You go, Blanche. What? Well, you like him. I know you do, so you go. What? I couldn't.
Of course she couldn't.
You stay out of this, Dorothy.
Well, what?
Or the Red Menace?
She's helping Rose unload the car.
Is something wrong, Dorothy?
I don't want to talk about it.
Magda is driving us crazy. All she does is complain about how awful things are in America. Everywhere we went, something bothered her. We showed her the mall.
She said we live in a plastic society with... I'm staying out of it.
Good. Do you want to go light a fire under her?
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
Because I think she's getting burned enough as it is.
Look, would you just go tell Blanche to hurry up? I've got to teach this woman what being on time means.
Wait a minute. I don't want you teaching her anything.
You know...
I do that. If you can fix Dorothy up with somebody, maybe I can get out of the house once in a while. Or at least stay in and walk around naked. Look, you better be going.
Okay, I'll call you tomorrow. Oh, wait a minute. You forgot to answer the questions on the back. And I still need a picture.
Would you settle for $1,000?
You got one of these right. No, Rose, the Abbott. He told me I had to choose between the church and your mother. I chose God. I think I have his forgiveness. But now, more than anything, I'd like your forgiveness.
I don't know.
The courage to tell you how I feel. 9 years to save enough money for the bus fare to Miami. I love you, Rose. I've always loved you. I've waited a long time for you, and I've finally come to take you back home with me. Now.
Ma, you are not dying.
I am, Dorothy. I had a dream last night, a death dream. Your father spoke to me.
Spoke to you? How?
Do I look like Rich Little? Just listen. I'm sitting in the living room, and the clock strikes 9. Then the bell rings. It's your father in his fedora. He always...
It meant no more PMS.
I never had PMS.
Neither did I. But I had a BMW.
All right, I have had it. Thanks to all this constant bickering, I have a splitting headache.
Oh, girls, let's face facts. The three of us just can't agree on anything. I mean, it is obvious we want...
And you remember that time Big Daddy caught us skinny dipping with those boys?
And you told him it was our Bible study group just practicing baptizing.
It would have worked, too, if you hadn't come up screaming, "Hey, y'all, things look bigger underwater."
On, Rose.
I am going to keep one arm around your waist to make sure you don't disappear again.
Dorothy, this is Alfred. He's an ear, nose, and throat specialist. He says he's been looking for love in all the wrong places.
Opened up to me this way and poured out such crap.
Didn't buy any of it, huh?
Not true. I believe you're scared. You know, you've just discovered something most of us have known for years. That life doesn't always turn out exactly the way you like.
Or was it on payday? Anyway, I remember a butcher block table was involved.
Blanche.
Oh, anybody ready for dessert?
I am, Grandma.
Oh, good. I'll slice into that Rice Krispie log.
Just coffee. Got up and put your hair on.
Yes, dear. Wendell, if I may call you Wendell, did I mention the fact that I'm a member of the Rainbow Coalition?
Oh.
Mr. and Mrs. Bornak, may I remind you that as an employee of the Internal Revenue Service, it is my sole obligation to see that the government gets all the money.
Rose, hurry, please.
These were the only spare towels I could find.
Put them around the bucket in case the leak spreads.
Wait a minute, Rose. Is that my Cabana Club beach towel you have there?
Is it this one with the naked man and woman being swept up?
Should I? Oh, what the hell? Rose, what is Gawakanoggin?
It's a lot like baseball, except instead of hitting a ball, you whack yourself on the head. After 10 whacks, if you're still standing, you take first base. It's usually a very low scoring.
To use Blanche for your own depraved pleasures, and then betray her by casting her aside like yesterday's garbage, are you?
Certainly not.
You sure? Because it would really help me out.
Oh, sorry.
That's a great idea. I love what you made the last time. What was it called? Gherkinflunken?
Oh, no, that was my uncle. The owner of St. Olaf's most famous haberdashery. He came up with the slogan, "You don't have to be Amish to look Amish."
If these had been offered to the Donner Party, they still would have eaten each other.
Don't be silly, Dorothy. They're delicious. You just have to know how to eat them. You hold your nose with one hand, and you pop a Crispy in your mouth with the other. That tastes like cheesecake, fresh strawberries, and chocolate.
Thanks a lot for leaving me home. Lucky I found this nice German kid who flew me to Red Square. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I know you're dying to hear my act, so I'll get right to it. I just flew in from Miami, and boy, I gotta tell you, you're
April morning.
Oh, well, you ought to talk all fresh, scrubbed, and rosy cheeked like a country parson in a September hoedown.
Why do I get the feeling they had a maid named Honeybee when they grew up?
Come on in, Clayton. I want you to meet my best friends, Dorothy and Rose.
Nice to meet you, Clayton.
Saw it on television. Peter Marshall played this microbiologist on the Love Boat, and he was conducting sinister experiments on the Landers sisters.
My apologies, Rose. For a moment there, I didn't think it had been documented.
You know, what is happening between Sophia and Angela is not unlike an